Hello and welcome to another chapter of our Kotlin programming tutorials. Today we will look into functions. Functions allow us to improve considerably the order of our programs, and it increases the cleanliness of our code. So we can understand it better, and as a functional point of view, it allows us to define certain functions and certain functionalities that the system does not offer, and that we can use repeatedly in different positions of our code. So let's start creating a simple function. As you can see, if we analyze the code, we can see there is a number of things that repeat themselves. Okay. First of all, we can see that these two things are similar, this one and this one. Okay. I will proceed and create a function that is in charge of reading the number and returning the read number as a decimal. Okay. I will store it later on this variable. It doesn't change, but from here upwards, it will look different. And because it is done twice, we will use this as an option to use it as to clean a bit and reduce the number of lines of code that we repeat and keep writing. Okay, so for future also use. So first of all, we will define our function outside of the main function, because it's another function. It's not, you cannot define a function inside another. Functions start with the first three letters fun, which declares as a function. I will create a function, with a certain name. Now the name is completely up to you. You can write it however you want. Okay, read decimal number. It's the name I'm gonna give it. And always after the name, by the way, you have to write with a lower letter, not capital, lowercase level. We will always open a parenthesis and close one, because inside this parenthesis we can also send a value for the function to use. In this case specifically, I'm not going to send anything. I'm just asking for something for him to return. And this is the second part. If you want the function to return something to the user, you have to put 2 points double, or 2 points and the type of data you wanted to send back to the user that executed the function. In this case, because I'm reading, I have to receive something back. I will call it, and it has to be, I need him to be from type double. I will tell him that he should return a double. Okay, if I do that, it will start telling me here that you need a return statement, or return expression, which means that you have also to define later on something to give back. And we will do it, don't worry. Because it's eventually the same thing as what we're seeing here, we will just copy these 3 lines and put them here. Change a bit the text, enter the number, and press intro, for example. Okay, we change a bit the text to make it more generic. We got it as a num, not num1, but num. We're gonna this one too, and this one also we're gonna call it num of type val. Okay, so until now it does the same as we've seen before. It prints a text, it reads a line of text, and it turns it into a double. Okay, great. Now what I will proceed and do is return something. The function requires me to return something to the user or to the code that executed the function. It will do like that. You have to also use the return statement and put the variable, the value you want to return. Specifically, I want to return num, because it is exactly the number I just read. The last step is to use this function. We'll go up and choose where we want to use it. We want to use it here. We want the system to, we can completely delete this line, for example, these 2 lines. And now each time it gets to the line number 13, it will execute the function. The function does this, as you can see. Yes. So in theory, and it returns what the function returns, I store it in num1. Let's do the same thing with num2. This plus this and exit. If I do this, now I should see the same. I mean, I see that it asks me twice for a number. As you can see, I'm repeating the use of the function. So in theory, that's one of the reasons for using function. And I'm cleaning up the code. I'm clearing up the code so it looks much more readable. Okay. So now it's asking for a first number, for a number. I'm going, okay, 50. Enter the number and press intro. 20. Maybe instead of the number, we can enter a number, right? There. I'm calling the function twice. That's why it shows me these things twice. Okay. Now it's asking, okay, we're gonna add. Let's just add. So the result is exactly what we wanted. 50 plus 20 equals 70. So until now, the app works great. I've created my first function and it's working. Great. The following step will be, for example, we can create a function for the menu. As you can see, there is a menu where you have to choose an option from the from what we have here. Okay? So let's make a menu function. And let's call it menu. Function menu. Okay. Again, it won't have any entry data, but it will return something. Okay. We're going to copy these lines and here. And instead of the turning operator, we'll create a val num or return number. I will return num. Now it's not we didn't really put a type to the function. We wanted to return an int because num is of type int. So we just created a function that will just print the menu, ask for the number of the menu you just want to execute, and return that number. Where should I execute it? Well, we will replace these lines here, and we will execute that function. Now we have to store in operator the value that the function returns, right there. So let's try it again. So enter a number, 40, 10. And then, as you can see, it's still showing me the menu. It's still working. 4. So 40 divided by 10 is 4. And again, he asks me a new number, as you can see. So the loop starts again. If we keep going, we can create many kinds of functions. Okay, we will keep doing it in the following tutorial parts.